Hi everyone, it's Cheryl of Cheryl and Mom's Collectible Dolls and Cheryl's Doll Hospital. So I guess this is kind of both because I have been working on some dolls. Some I got at an estate sale and one was from Pat and they needed cleaning. Not only the dolls, which I've already done and I forgot to film, but their clothes. So the only thing I had was some woolite and I used that to get the original dirt off of them. But then I used something called, oh, I think I put it away. Let me grab it. Hold on. Let me grab it. It's right here. It's called Retro Clean. And it's supposedly supposed to help make the clothes look new again, older clothes. So I used it twice. It said to do it for 48 hours, but they were so dirty that I did it 24, and then I dumped it and started over and did another 24. So let's see how they came out. Now I need to rinse them and hang them up to dry. And you can probably see when I walked over here, I have my big drying contraption. And anything I get, you guys, is from Amazon. It folds up, it stands behind my laundry room door, and I can use it to hang things when I do laundry too. But anyway, let's take this dress out. This one, the panties for a Patty, well, it's a Patty Play Pal companion doll again. I don't know who she is yet, but it was really dirty. So I'm using cool water, not hot, not cold, just medium. And these are panties, and I know they say don't ever wring out clothes. Well, I do. Sorry, but I do. I'm the one that has to iron them afterwards, right? So those are going to go down on the bottom shelf because they're panties. They're not that big. And this is a little outfit. It was on a baby doll. Wow. And this really came out well. I mean, it was yellow, you guys. Completely yellowed. And let's see if you can see how white that is now. I mean, man. Still a little yellow around the collar, but still, considering I don't have before pictures, sorry. Or I did put up pictures of the dolls when I got them. So if you find that short, literally short video, on my Facebook page, you can see what it looked, how yellow they were. So that was the shirt, and here panties. And you can see how old they are. They have shredding on them. So, you know, these were a bunch of old dolls, as most estate sales are. And here I have a sock, which I may have lost the other sock, and another pair of panties. So before I get to the big stuff, and actually I'm testing out also, as you can see, this Move With Me. My friend at church, Jeff, helped me put it together, and it's so cool. It follows me around the room, which isn't necessarily a good thing when I'm bending over to do that and it's showing you my butt, but it's good for videos. And I've just got to remember now to turn it on when I'm doing doll work. So this was a lavender and beige and white dress that was on the Patty Play Pal companion doll. And it's lined, so it was heavy. And I didn't think it would come clean, but it looks like it may have. I hope it restored some color to it. I know you're supposed to just press the water out of them. I mean, I went to a whole class at the doll convention I went to a couple years ago about how to care and wash for the doll clothes, and do I follow everything it says? No. Especially this time, because I normally would have washed them first in, what is it called? Perk. from dollsparts.com, and I couldn't believe I went to go do that and I was out of it. I'm never out of it, but I guess I forgot to reorder the last time. So, no perk, but I used the light and it seemed to do fine. Okay, let's see. I think I got about all the soap out of it. I don't see any more coming up. Let's see. It's hard for me to see up against the open window light, but oh, I don't want to drip all over my floor. I think it did all right. By the way, I have a towel underneath this on my floor, so. Okay, let's make sure there's nothing more in this one. In this water, dirty water. I mean, you can see part of how dirty it was, but not completely. This was after the second load, you know? So, they were dirty. Luckily, I have 3 of these bins, buckets, and I can spread out the clothes so they're not, you know, I can wash the colors separate and stuff. That's what I was trying to get out of my mouth as I was watching the water start to not drain. And oh no, I don't need something the matter with my sink too. And I say too because things you have when you have a house, right? My ice maker has never worked right in my Samsung, and I'll say it, Samsung, I'm not impressed with their refrigerator. We got it 9 years ago, so of course, it's out of warranty. But it never, ever dispensed the ice through the door like it was supposed to. It dropped it into the tray below in the freezer, and you could scoop it out of the freezer, but it never, ever dropped it out the door. And when we called, you know, when it was under warranty and everything, and they came out, well, it's just a flaw, you know, we know about it, and they just never did a recall or anything to fix it, and there's no way to fix it. So we've dealt with, I say we, when Mom was alive, we just learned to deal with opening the freezer and using an ice scoop and scooping them out as we need them. So I've been doing that for years now. And wouldn't you know, the ice maker quit dumping into the tray below. Well, that little light pink dress for a Madame Alexander baby doll is perfect. So it quit, put that there. Sorry, it's pouring too much water on my floor. So it wouldn't even drop them into the container below in the freezer, and it was getting all stuck in the tray where it makes them. So I had to keep dumping the ice from there and chipping it out from between the blades and stuff. And then the next night, I'm out in my laundry room doing something, which is the doorway is next to the refrigerator, and I noticed water coming out the other side from the ice maker, the other side on the floor. Not a terrible amount, but enough to where it looks like one of my, I don't know what you call them, panels or something of linoleum. Looks like it's starting to rise a little. And it's like, oh no. And who knows what it looks like underneath the refrigerator. I'm worried about that. So I have towels underneath. That's really amazing. And I also, you know, calling Samsung is worthless. So I called my handyman, who I've known for years and has done so much for Mom and I, and done so much for me since Mom's been gone. So I text him yesterday, and he's gonna come out Thursday. Now I have to work, but I mean, Boone's like part of the family, so I gave him the code to get in, and he'll come in while I'm at work and see what he can do. I have extra of the, like I said, planks or whatever you call them, pieces of the linoleum out in the garage. I don't know. Oh, somebody was at my door. Anyway, I have pieces of the linoleum out in my garage, and still in the box. You know how there was too much? So I'm hoping that if any of it has rotted or anything, that Boone can replace that if it needs to. My biggest prayer is that it won't need to. Here's a little bonnet. Look at the ribbon, is like down to a string. That's not from washing it, that's just from how old it is and being used. I'll put that on the bottom also. And so that's part of my things going on this week. And then we get to my other thing. I'm driving home from work Monday, and where was I going to work? Going to work Monday, and my check engine light comes on in my car. It's like, great. Now it's needed, it's been giving me, you know, the message, oh, you're out of windshield washer fluid. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that little, I'm gonna move you over a little. Look at this little pink corduroy coat. It turned out really cute. So anyway, I tried to figure out what's the matter with my car, and I put gas in it, hoping that would help, which I don't know why I thought that would help, but it didn't. And usually, my brother said that usually it's something to do with the emission system when it's check engines light, which, you know, here in California we have the stupid smog controls on everything. So today, Eric had reminded me that AutoZone, and there's one up the street from me a little ways, advertises that they'll check the check engine light for you. See, Tiny Tears, her original outfit, and it turned out really nice. So if you take it to AutoZone, they'll run a diagnostic on it and tell you what's the matter with it. So this morning on my way to work, I texted my boss and told her that I was running late and fly, and she's so sweet. She said, you know, go ahead, have it checked. I hope it's nothing big. And don't worry about it. Take your time, drive carefully. And she says that to me now every time because I got a speeding ticket on my second day working there. But this may be my last week there, but that's another story. So, let me get the residue out of this. So then, they tell me that it's this code P0902 or something. I don't know, I have the printout. The kid printed it all out for me. And it says, Eric was right, it's an emissions thing. And I'm letting off too much emissions. My car is. And it's not going to blow up on me all right away. It's not having any of the symptoms, you know, that it lists, but just the check engine light. So I don't think it's going to stall or quit working on me. At least let's pray not. Between now and Saturday when I'm off, because this, you know, like I said, could be my last week working there. I don't know. I hope not, but the life of a temp. But anyway, I made an appointment for Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So my only day to sleep in, but oh well. I need to have it fixed. So I'm taking it to the dealer. Now, another thing that I'm worried about with the car is it's way under the mileage warranty. Way. I only have 17,000 miles on it, and it's a 22. So it's, you know, it qualifies under the mileage. But I can't remember how long the warranty was for. Maybe if it was 3 years, I'm shit out of luck, I think. Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't be saying shit on YouTube. Sorry. And then, I'm hoping, if that is the case, that it's not expensive. Okay, this is my favorite thing that I got on the dollar. for them to wear. I mean, this one baby doll, which they wrecked the doll, but the clothes, this hat, well, actually, she didn't have clothes on underneath. She just had that underwear set on. But, darling coat over it. It's this baby blue with white and pink ribbon, and it is wool. It's the original coat. I mean, you can tell it's like from the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, I'm not sure. But no label in it. It's just darling. Can you see how cute it is? And this turned out really nice. It was almost gray. It was so dirty, so that's really helpful. Sorry to turn my back end on you again. Okay, and then here's the coat. This is going to be tough to get all the soap out of because it was thick. This coat is really thick wool. That's really cute. I still don't think you can see it very well. Let's turn you this way. Okay, is that better? Not better with me personally, but better so you can see the coat. So let's pray that the car isn't real expensive Saturday. Maybe it's still under warranty. Although I know I bought it in January because it was right before Eric's birthday. I think the day before or day after. So may not be under warranty. But oh well. So when I asked AI about it, ChatGPT said, based on the age of my car and that it's not having any of the symptoms like stalling or, I hate to even say that, huh? Or shaking or anything. So hopefully it'll just be minor, and it said it could just need cleaning. The sensor could need cleaning, and it could be like $100 or up to 1,000. So let's pray it's 1,000. This has a little tear at the seam under the arm, but I can probably mend that. So let me show you this. Isn't that the cutest little coat? And it's all wool. I mean, it's a heavy sucker. So, all that being said, last thing I'll mention real quick is, like I said, I may only have this week left on this job. It is a temp job, so you know, you take a temp job and that's what it is. But this woman had been gone for 36 days. And she just didn't come in. She didn't call the HR person. She texted her, and she texted her the night before. Now, she only worked there about 6 months, I guess, has only worked there about 6 months. But she had a doctor's note. And I guess, I don't know, I've never had Kaiser. So those of you who've had Kaiser, you probably know. But I guess for Kaiser, they'll just, you call them and send a note without you even being seen, which, you know, for me, I have to go in and see my doctor if I want a note, and then you can probably beg for it. But anyway, so she, much to my chagrin, because they like me, they talked about me staying. In fact, I got an email from the temp agency today telling me that they loved me and thanking me. She showed up this past Tuesday, a week ago today. She did come into work, and she has a release now from doctors that she can full duty. But then she said she had to be in Mexico for some kind of court case this week. So one day last week, and then all this week. So I'm working all this week, and we'll see. It's perfect hours for me because it's about a 40-minute to 45-minute drive to get there, and coming home, like today, it took me an hour. Some days are just worse than others. But, so, everybody's like, well, is she going to come back from Mexico? As far as I know, they have counseled her, which, you know, I'm not supposed to know this stuff, but if she was dumb enough to leave it out in the inbox of the receptionist email, which is what I'm using, it was up there for me to read. I mean, what are you going to do? Would you guys have read it? Not supposed to, based on HIPAA laws and all, but I did. And the only part I could understand, though, was the part my boss wrote to her saying she can't have any more absences or tardies. The rest of it, she has the notes, her doctor's release, and some other paperwork for the court trip. I don't understand being in court for a week, but anyway, maybe it's jury duty. What do I know? It's all in Spanish, so I don't know what it says. So, anyway, that's my latest saga, my latest dramas. All too much in 1 week. I've just kind of lost it the other day, but I'm better now. You know, speaking of losing it, I guess my nephew's having some issues too. So, you know, life is not always smooth or what you want it to be. But at least I've made some money. And like I said, it's part-time. It's only 30 hours a week. They wanted full-time. I wasn't looking for a full-time job because I've got you guys and my doll business and fixing the dolls and selling them. And I only wanted part-time. So they like me enough and are so nice that the owner said make it part-time. So, sorry, here I am bending over off camera. So anyway, it's 9 to 3, which is perfect, like I said. And then my contact at the temp agency asked me yesterday, do I need to look for work for you for next week? And I said, I honestly don't know. We'll see what happens with this woman. I mean, maybe she'll stay in Mexico. I don't know. I don't wish her any harm. Don't get me wrong. But whatever, you know. So we'll see. Anyway, those are my things I need prayers for. My car, my refrigerator and floor, and a job. So I appreciate any of you praying for me. And that's it with the dolls and the doll clothes. They're all here drying now. I'm figuring it'll take at least a day, 24 hours for that coat to dry. Because that was heavy. And it got me all wet. And because Thursday, I want to have that down by Thursday because that's when my handyman's coming to fix the fridge back there. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll try to be better about doing more videos when I'm working on the dolls. So thanks so much. Love to all my friends out there. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.